Hey everybody, I am just doing a quick rundown of your assignment for this week. So, this week you're going to be using simple sentences to write a process paragraph. Now, there's different kinds of processes, so you might be wondering what you should write about. You could write about how something works, like how photosynthesis works or how diesel engines work, depending on what your expertise is. You could also write about how something happens, like how does a tornado form or how do hurricanes occur? Or probably the most popular thing that my students do would be to write some sort of how to directions or how to guide, which would be something like how to make brownies, how to get the best sleep you can at night. I'm trying to think of examples. So, just anything that you know how to do, you could turn it into a step by step how to, and then that would be the process of how to do that. So, how to bake cookies, how to make nachos. I'm kind of hungry if you can't tell. So, pick anything that you want as long as it's a process that requires steps or a process that you're explaining. Things to keep in mind. So, for this week, you need to be using transitional words. So, whatever you picked, right, you're talking about a process or a step by step directions. So, you're going to use words like first, then, next, finally, things that guide the reader through your paragraph and say that first you're going to do this, and then you're going to do this next, or second, or third. You could use those words too. If you need other ideas for transitional words, you can just Google the phrase transitional words in writing or transitional phrases, and there's whole charts and pictures of charts that you can look at. But here are some examples. You'll also notice that I said use transitional words followed by a comma. So you always follow it by a comma because it's almost like an interjection. It's an introductory word that is separated from the statement being made in the rest of the sentence. So you'd say first, comma, get out a mixing bowl, or then, comma, you're going to preheat your oven at 350 degrees. So make sure you have your transitional words followed by a comma that separates that introductory word from the rest of your sentence. And then you'll also notice, I don't know if you understand this, but it basically says numbered list and then it has a circle and an X through it. You are not going to be turning in one, period, and then something you're supposed to do first, and then the number two, period, and then something you're supposed to do second. That is not a paragraph. So do not turn in a list that is numbered. You are turning in essentially the same idea of a list, but you are writing it in a paragraph format using simple sentences, using transitional words and commas to separate those introductory transitional words, those sequencing words from the rest of the sentence. So, again, it could be anything from how to bake cookies to how hurricanes form, whatever you want to write about, as long as you are using introductory transitional phrases that are saying first, second, third, or, this happens first, and then after that, this occurs. However, you want to do that, but you're organizing it in a way that you are explaining a process. If you have any questions, let me know at jessicascott@trcc.edu.